Hi everybody, my name is Rosalie and welcome back to my channel, Back to Chubby. Today's a different sort of video. I'm not going to be doing a meal prep this week. I decided we'd just try and keep a whole bunch of fruits and vegetables around the house and make healthy choices as we went. I don't know how well it's working out for me so far for various reasons. I've had to take Benadryl every day for like the past 4 days and I feel like I'm holding on to a lot of water. It's fine. It's fine. I'll talk about all that on the way in. This video is not about that. As you guys know, I've been using that BetterHelp service to talk to a counselor, and I've admitted from the very beginning that I have a lot of mental health stuff I'm trying to work through. I've been trying to sort of declutter stuff around my house, which, as you can see, there's some stuff back here, and normally I wouldn't have... I'd film somewhere else so that this wouldn't be my background usually, but since this is what I'm talking about, I decided I'd go ahead and leave it. I'm trying to get rid of stuff that I don't need or don't want or don't use or just doesn't make me happy. As I was going through some stuff and talking to my counselor about not wanting to get rid of something just for sentimental value, and not necessarily even sentimental value, but like what they represent to me, I started realizing that there's a lot of emotional weight that I'm carrying around with me too. So I have been trying to get rid of some of that. And I mean, some things I'm getting rid of are just practical. Like I'm getting rid of this, which I haven't had on my walls in 5 years. And we got it when we moved into our first apartment, I think from my mom. And there's another one that goes with this and another picture kind of like this on this wood material. Another thing I've been working on is not getting rid of stuff because I feel that it'll somehow be rude to the people that gave it to me. So if you're watching this, Mom, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to hold on to it anymore. It's been sitting in my office since we moved into this house. Some other stuff I'm getting rid of just because I have too much, like this entire box right here is office supplies. Half of it's just pens and pencils, and I don't need 300 pens. This thing is, this black thing that you can see up here in the corner is a mattress frame, like a bed frame, and we don't have a bed that fits it right now. We've got our bed in the bedroom and we've got a guest bed in the office. This thing has just been sitting in our closet for about 2 years, maybe 3. And some stuff like this is a decoration. When I was like 16 or 17, I decided that I wanted to decorate my own room how I wanted, and so I bought the paint and I painted it, and I bought a whole bunch of decorations and stuff. And this is left over from that. And I think it was only like 50 cents at Hobby Lobby or something when I got it, but I've got like 7 or 8 of these. I haven't been using them since then, like since I moved out of my parents' house years ago. They've just been in a container because I didn't want to get rid of them because I don't know. Obviously this is not all the stuff I'm getting rid of, but I'm building up to something. High-heeled shoes, like look at this. This isn't gonna hold my weight up, and I haven't even tried. I haven't worn these since I was in high school. And the only reason I've kept this is because at one point in time in my life I was thin enough and confident enough and had good enough stability in my knees that I would wear lime green stilettos. One of these boxes back here somewhere is just full of shoes. Everything that's back here so far has just come out of my closet in my office. I haven't gone through my clothes yet or my bedroom or anything like that, but I'm trying to really purge stuff. I think I went from having like 32 pairs of shoes to 8 pairs of shoes. But another pair that I'm getting rid of is these. These are soccer cleats. These are my last pair of soccer cleats. I went through a lot over the years. I don't and can't play soccer right now. My feet have probably gotten too wide for these anyway. This is another example of something I'm holding on to just because I used to be someone who played soccer, and I used to be in shape, and I used to be active, and I used to be healthy. I'm holding on to stuff like this because that's who I used to be, and somehow, for the same reason I've held on to a bunch of pictures of myself when I was thinner, having these things as like proof that I used to be smaller and better than I am, like in better shape than I am. I don't know. It's a really weird thing to be like, well, yeah, so I'm heavy now, but look what I used to look like. Look what I used to be able to do. Like somehow that makes this okay and it's not. Holding on to this while it represents who I used to be also just makes me sad. Like every time I look at these, I feel sad. So why would I hold on to them? For like 13 or 14 years, why would I hold on to these if every time I see them it makes me sad and the rest of the time they're just taking up space? I haven't worn them since then. I haven't worn them since my last game. So I'm gonna get rid of them, finally. Those aren't the only things I'm trying to like emotionally let go of. When I was a lot younger, I had this set of storybooks that were sort of like encyclopedias, but mostly stories. And I don't know whatever happened to them. I think either they were given to my little brother when he was born, or they were sold in a garage sale or something like that. But they're gone. When Josh and I had only been together for about a year, we went to a library book sale. So our library here has books that they're sort of cull off their shelves to make room, or they'll get books donated that they have duplicates of, things like that. So every few months they'll have a sale. You essentially buy a bag or a box for like $10 or $5 or whatever, and then whatever you fit in that box you get to take. I came across these. It's a whole set. There's 16 of them, and it's basically a different version of that book set that I liked, and I mentioned that someday if I had kids I would want to get them something like that. And so Josh got me the whole set. We weren't trying to have kids right then, but you know, for the kids we might someday have, I would have one of these sets to give them. And that was over a decade ago now, and Josh and I had been trying to have kids for about 9 years. And so I got to a point where I've been trying to accept that I just don't think it's gonna happen. So I've been carrying these around for about 11 years and moving them from place to place and seeing them every day on my bookshelf. And I got to the point where I was thinking, I'm okay with this. I could talk about infertility for days. Like, that's part of what I wrote my thesis on. But that's a video for another day. The point is, I thought I was getting to a point where I was okay with it. But every time I look at these and think about them, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back all the time. It makes it harder to get okay with it. There's no reason to do that to myself. So I'm just gonna get rid of them. I'm gonna donate them. And I'm gonna donate all this stuff that's trash I'll get rid of, obviously, but this stuff's all fine for somebody. So I'm gonna donate these, and if I ever do miraculously have a kid, I'll get them a brand new set. The point is that on this whole lifestyle change, I'm trying to not just work on the way I eat and like the way I fuel my body, but the way I'm fueling my mind and my environment and everything around me, and trying to, like, you know, get over the fact that this is not who I am anymore. Even if I could still play soccer, I'm not the person that was wearing these shoes. If I ever am able to play soccer again, I'll get some new cleats. I feel like that 25% goal, which I really hope I don't blow this week's weigh-in, was just sort of like a switch for me. Like, I'm trying to stop being that person who hangs on to a whole bunch of stuff from the past and just focusing on like now and where I'm gonna be. I know for some people it might not make sense to have this like on a channel that's primarily about weight loss, but I feel like it's just an emotional weight that I've been carrying around and moving with me from apartment to apartment to house, and I'm just tired of it. So I'm going to try and dump all this stuff. But if this is something that you feel you want to do as well, and maybe something that would help you stop holding on to the person who is sabotaging yourself. I would encourage you, for example, if you have something that's really important or hard for you to let go, make sure you're ready to let go of it, or maybe take a picture of it, because a picture takes up a lot less space than, you know, a pair of cleats or whatever. Maybe talk to someone about it and about why you've been holding on to it for so long. This was not intended as like a BetterHelp segue, but if you do want to use BetterHelp, there's a link in the description box down below. It works for me, and it'll give you a free week. But try and talk to somebody, even if it's just a friend or maybe someone who was around when these were really big parts of your life. Or maybe if those people aren't there and that's why it's important to you, maybe you're not ready to let it go. I just think I need to let go of more than just like my physical weight right now. Anyway, I think it is time for an abrupt shift in tone. The GARMIN giveaway is still open until this Friday at noon Central Standard Time. You have until then to go to my Easy Breezy Meal Prep video, which I will link in the description box down below and on the card up here somewhere. Go to that video, leave me a comment with a meal prep suggestion idea, and then at noon on Friday, Central Standard Time, I will pull all the names together from that and then have a random selector pick one for me. So be sure to come back Friday afternoon for my weigh-in and to see who gets the GARMIN. Also, once again, my referral link to BetterHelp is down in the description box if you want to give them a try. You can also follow along with me on social media, on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, etc. with the username @Chubby. I don't know how active I'll be this week because I've really been working to try and cull things around the house. So I hope wherever you guys are, you are safe and happy and healthy and living in a good space for yourself. I will see you on Friday.